Hi, diddly ho, friendaloons. It's Rale. It's once again time to Nintendo things. Currently, I'm joined by Andy and Storm. Say hi, lads.
Hey there.
Hello.
Oh, and everybody's just getting lunch. We were all just talking about how we got lunch, and Grimos is in chat with mac and cheese. And I'm only slightly jealous. I've got Popeye's chicken tenders right now.
I got chicken curry.
I got a sandwich.
It's Metroid Dread time, because I like to make myself suffer, apparently.
Be terrified.
And Rabasha has
Be
mandarin
afraid.
oranges.
Mandarin oranges are good.
I also am going to get myself killed at some point during this, because earlier today I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and when I play PC games with a controller, like Kingdom Hearts, I have a Xbox-style controller that I use for that, that's specifically for PC.
Mm-hmm.
My Switch controller has the A and B buttons in the reverse order, so at some point I'm going to press one of those, intending to press the other, and it's going to get me murdered. I know what's going to happen.
Yep, probably the first enemy, too.
I will try not to die to the first Goomba.
Indeed.
Don't forget to stream in Discord.
Yep, yes. So, to enhance the experience, I prefer to play the game on rookie mode just because all it does is decrease the damage you take from bosses and increases how much health drops from enemies. But I'm going to play on normal mode because I like to suffer, apparently.
I mean... Yes.
One of you want to read this?
A virulent floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after their word for ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct.
Quick response to chat, Lord Lothair. Suffering equals content. Yes, art is suffering. Suffering equals content. This is the age-old knowledge.
Parasite X, a gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR388. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form when infecting a living host. It could even access the host's memories. X-parasites were driven not by emotion, but by an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed to be extinct.
And it's Samus's fault. In both cases.
Samus Aran, sci-fi's answer to the concept of a dragon slayer. With no Metroids surviving on SR388, it became infested with the X, horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. The baby.
The baby.
The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a biological space laboratory research station to investigate the distress signal.
This was Metroid Fusion.
Yep. There I battled many powerful X forms, including the SAX, which was the X mimicking me in my power suit at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X Menace on SR388. by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet.
Kaboom.
Everyone must die.
After that, the exometroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission.
It's alive!
It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 EMMI to investigate. The EMMI is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff in the universe, practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost.
Because of course it was.
What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X, as the only one immune to the parasite? It is up to me to go out there and find out.
Love how by this point the Federation knows, and their general response is, "Oh, research team got blacked out. Send Samus. Problem solved."
Even after Samus blew up their research station, which they kind of didn't want her to do.
Yeah.
Metroids are deadly. Well, let's clone them and use them as a fighting force.
Ah, right.
No. Every time I hear someone read the word organism, I remember a time when my friend's mom tried reading it word out loud, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And she said it without the knee in it.
Will soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate.
One of the few times we get to see Samus's ship piloting abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Treat our lost assets with care.
Entering
yes.
the atmosphere in T-10.
For those who don't know, the AI that's Adam that Samus is working with on her ship is basically a brain clone of her commander when she was part of the Federation. Which is why it refers to her as Lady. Because that was his nickname for her. Zumberge. Moon's infested. What? Picks up super missile container. Moon's infested. Understandable. Have a good hunt.
So the Chozo made her armor, right?
Yes.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains integral. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, you can remain in contact. Any objections, lady?
That is a big bird.
One of the warrior caste.
I do 7.
Hey there, 7. Hey there, Rabasha Mabi.
The hell happened? It's the opening cutscene of, wait, why did Samus lose her gear this time? Alright. Yep.
Oh. I thought this was going to be a 3D plane.
No,
Nope.
this one's goes back to the old style.
Yep, this is the first game since Fusion on the Game Boy Advance that is in the main context. Metroid Prime and the actual Metroid series are separate timelines. Prime is the 3D ones. The actual Metroid series, the last one was Fusion, and then
They did a remake of one called Zero Mission, but it was basically Fusion's engine.
yeah, Zero Mission was on Fusion. There was also a remake of 2 that I forget about on the DS.
Yes,
But
and there
those
was
were
a
remakes. This is the first one to advance the plot of the original timeline in a long damn time.
So, I'm always amazed when I watch this game, because I did Super Metroid hacking for a while. I never published an item because I ended up losing the one I was working on when my computer exploded a few years ago. And I just haven't had the heart to get back into it since. But one of the things is that Super Metroid, and the older Metroids, they're on cartridges. And we're talking about a megabyte of data is gigantic at that time period. And the one voice line in Super Metroid took up around 1/5 of the cartridge.
Totally worth though.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
And yeah, 7, the journey is part of the whole thing of getting all that gear. But that's one of the fun things about Metroid is all their justifications for why she loses her gear is always like legitimate, like someone blew up her goddamn ship. She got infected with a parasite that makes her not biologically compatible with all of her old gear, or it got stolen by that parasite.
Some of it was gear that would only work on Cirrus because it was like holy armor.
Holy armor,
I've
little
run a
let
full
that
analysis,
deedle
but I
deedle
cannot
dee.
account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database.
Basically, Samus went through a massive biological shift, and so some of her old abilities from Fusion she does not have access to anymore.
I have determined
Also, 7 says, I like the variety of games Rale shares the fun with us in streams.
Well, I appreciate being appreciated. That is my goal. Like the whole reason I specifically stream Nintendo is because I know a lot of people who watch WBPL and Black Pants Legion stuff in general don't really have a Switch or anything. So I was like, you know what? I'll play Switch games. It's like experiences that you won't really get on a one-to-one with other genres, because Nintendo does do a lot of different stuff themselves.
Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you.
Yes, I switch it up, so to say. I am hoping that finances will be settled before the Switch 2 drops.
Enter them with your basic power suit.
Oh boy, finances. Oh.
Yeah.
Ground interferences and radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
So, if I remember correctly, Metroid is a little bit inspired by a certain Gygaxian series.
Yes, the original Metroid was inspired by the Alien franchise. With actually more than a few direct references. But Samus being a woman was inspired by the character of Ridley. Ripley.
Ridley?
Well, the character of Ridley is named for Ridley Scott, who was one of the original Alien directors.
Yeah. Whenever I think of, like, probably the most, badass female antagonist in any media, it's always going to be her. Because she's got, like, angry mama bear, like...
Yeah.
Like, the best line is from the second one, was like, get away from her, you bitch.
Which was part of the inspiration for why, in the second Metroid game, you actually get a Metroid as a pet.
Also, note that this game includes a counter mechanic of... Some of them charge you. Not every enemy does it. But in a lot of cases, it's the most feasible way to actually damage them. Because otherwise, like these little guys launch themselves at you otherwise and then fly away. Little bastards. It also does more damage, and in most cases, the counterattack will one-shot them.
Yeah. Now, one thing that's interesting is the Metroid aesthetic was largely at first based on the Aliens franchise, but the limited graphics capabilities meant that differing shades of, like, dark colors weren't going to show up well in older Nintendo and later Super Nintendo stuff. So, the fact that it's more colorful than, the Aliens franchise is dictated largely by that limitation.
Yeah.
But they chose to keep it, which is fine, because I like the aesthetic.
Yeah, no, the color is nice. I cannot stand the whole, it's realistic and everything's in browns and grays. Make your shit colorful.
Yep.
Like, real life things are actually fairly colorful.
Yeah. Now, there's a difference between, like, colorful and plastic colorful, and I think that's part of what some people get upset about is
Fair.
That kind of plasticky colorful. Uh-oh! It's our friend that was supposed to be helping!
Death approaches!
It reminds me of that robot from that... I can't remember the name of the movie, but... They to go to Mars, and it's supposed to help connect them to
Dios.
those roads.
Run away!
Yeah, you are not capable of fighting these things at this point.
Yep.
I think that robot's asking you to give it a hand.
What? Cease.
Ooh, energy butterflies.
Indeed.
What are those things in Star Wars that are like sucking on the engine?
I know what you're talking about, those things.
Okay, now we have the Omega Cannon. Omega Blaster online, hold L, and then R to charge it. No I to fire. Okay. Note that to charge it, I have to be standing still. Yay, I did it! This is the easy one, though, just to show the basic mechanic of how these things work.
Yeah, that doobie, how it doobie-doobie-doo. The Metroid hack I was working on, or Super Metroid hack I was working on, and this should in no way surprise you, Rale. I was trying to build Midgar as an environment in Super Metroid, and actually doing a reasonably good job.
Nice.
I was going to recolor Samus as Tifa, and it was going to be called Spinal Fantasy because doing the things that Samus does, having a spine could only be a fantasy.
Nice.
I turn into a ball!
Though, damn it, Storm, now all I've got in my head is, because of what you said, doobie doobie doo, how high are you?
Oh no, not that old joke, stop!
But yeah, then there's also the story elements of the Chozo are the engineers, their ancient temples dot the place, they're the ones who created the monster. And
If I'm correct,
Weirdly-
they didn't create the Metroids, but they definitely like modified them to be more of a threat than originally.
Yes, the original Metroids were a much more... I mean, they were still a dangerous species, but they were dangerous in the way, like, a wolf is dangerous, not in the way that a,
Yeah. Side note, I love
Metroid is dangerous.
I love
mean,
what
like
they did
Dire
here
Wolf?
with breaking the spot and you let the water through. It's like a perfect thing to show you, hey, what you do will affect the environment in ways you don't know initially. Because you can't do the slide dash under this, so there's no way back going back that way.
Yep, that do be how it do.
At least not with the current gear. Spooky doors.
Going back to influences, if I remember correctly, Samus's armor is inspired by a certain bounty hunter from a sci-fi series, if I'm correct.
There is some suggestion that Boba Fett is part of the inspiration for that design. It has sorely tempted me to play a Mandalorian based on Samus at some point in a Star Wars game.
Hello, Pants. Meet Shid.
A female Mandalorian who is very, very good at
Hunting monsters, specifically.
what is it when you like practice flexibility and all that?
Oh, like Tai Chi type stuff. Gymnastics,
Yeah, gymnastics. Okay.
yeah.
Nah.
The only way in this room was a
Madre de Dios, Madre de...
2x2 foot pole ventilator. How did you get in here?
Yep.
No. Ah! Shit! Oh god, I timed it right. Woo! There's my door up. Okay, door. Those doors shut if it knows where you are.
And this particular world's a little more reminiscent of SR388, where it's an old Chozo facility.
That's because this is very much a Chozo facility.
An old Chozo facility, yeah. As opposed to Zeeb's, where, yes, there was Chozo facility, but it was long since decayed, and the space pirates had taken over and done things. Wait, did you say yogurt lattes? Ew. Silicon Soul is saying silly things.
Uploading data.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They
Well,
may have been hacked.
lattes use dairy, right? Like, that's one of the big things with them?
All enemy will be hostile.
Yeah. Oh, the energy butterflies you were talking about earlier, Mr. Andy, are the Minox.
Hmm.
Yeah, Minox.
Enemy send out
I was trying to
a
figure out
call
what they were saying in chat there, and I'm like,
there within a certain range.
that's nothing from the Metroid lore.
Hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when the enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit
So now for the fun question. Can you guess where I picked up saying Madre de Dios in Panic from?
Specifically, no, I would guess the guy dressed like a bee in
and it will disappear. This will also unseal the
what's it called in The Simpsons, but
Incorrect.
An enemy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate.
It's real dumb.
I estimate a 99%.
Ah, Little Willie got it. Red versus blue.
Captures you.
oh right, because does
Lopez says
The
it
one
when the
r-
tank goes off.
yep.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this.
Did she
will be virtually
upload-
impossible.
Her personal AI into like the facilities
Your current
stuff.
Yeah, so Adam is hacked in so that they can communicate because
Your only
the planet has too many
option and find an
other things going on to directly communicate with her over comm.
Ugh, that sounds dangerous.
But Samus and her equipment is already based heavily on leftover pieces of Chozo equipment, so roughly speaking, she and Adam are able to interface with it.
Not even leftover. Samus's core armor is straight up Chozo.
Well, yeah, her armor is Chozo. The ship had to be rebuilt several times, though.
Fair point. But yeah, she has Chozo DNA in her, so she's like
Yeah.
the little bit of everything. She's
When she was
human.
3, they injected her with DNA to help her survive on Zebes, because she was the one refugee that survived an evacuation.
Yep. Because
And
everyone she knew and loved was murdered by pirates, specifically Ridley.
Yep. Imagine it's your first day of work here, and you're like, so how do I get to the second floor? And they're just like, just wall jump up 3 platforms.
See nothing? You see nothing? No! No, 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 hell no!
You think so the Chozo are pretty, like, smart fellas, right?
Yes.
So
Well, they
this-
were.
They were the most technologically advanced species in the system.
Do you think they had access to, like, interdimensional or extra-dimensional travel?
No idea.
Strictly within the lore of the games, it never says that. However, I believe there's some suggestion of that with the phase stuff from Prime, but never, like, hard stated. Just
you know-
implication.
The stuff from Prime usually doesn't deal with actual Chozo stuff, though.
Yeah, it's, well, yeah, and that's not the Chozo, I'm just saying in general, the phase is implied to maybe have otherworldly this and that,
So,
or extra-dimensional.
you know how, like, in Elder Scrolls, all the Dwemer were, like, blinked out, I don't know, out of existence, right?
They called it zero-summing, yes.
So, what if the reason all the Chozo are gone is because they blinked themselves into another universe and they, like, lost a lot of their intelligence? But then
I mean,
found out by, like, a humanoid civilization that's, like, galaxy spanning, and they use giant robots to fight their wars, and they have, like, 4 or 5 houses.
Wait, oh god, fuck you, Andy! He's referencing a BattleTech book, the only BattleTech book where they have...
Oh god, that one.
Xeno life forms. Well, intelligent Xeno life forms.
They're bird people.
Yep. Andy, you silly bitch. I was about to say, well, it's an interesting theory, though they already canonically described why the Chozo exploded. But then I saw what you were doing, you maverick renegade.
You sassy bitch.
Rabasha Mabi, the Chozo are only Hispanic if you do it with chorizo. Although, based on their designs, I'm actually often led to believe that they might be semi, like, almost Aztecish.
I don't
In
know.
terms of, like...
The thing is, Nintendo has paid for their artists to go all over the fucking world. I think the only people who might have... The only artist group that might have more, like, I've been everywhere, man, might be Studio Ghibli. Oh, I slipped
Little
it.
Willie is not happy about your reference, Andy.
I don't think I can make
Yeah.
it because I can't wall jump underwater.
Yeah, from what I remember, the Chozo were largely wiped out by a combination of civil strife, war with other aliens, and then ultimately their own technology being something they could no longer logistically maintain because of their diminished numbers.
Yeah, essentially, they experienced a population collapse they couldn't recover from.
Which also meant that then all of the various bioorganisms they engineered underwent basically a very elaborate tropic cascade.
Yeah.
Which is why their planets are absolute nightmare death worlds now.
Yep. Oh, whoa, what's this? It's the map, it's the map, it's the map.
Mappity mappity map. That's Professor Hawk.
Oh god, what is that from?
Dexter's Lab.
Professor Hawk. Who was Professor Hawk? I can't remember.
He was the joke on Professor Hawkins, where he had the mechanical bird body, and he was like no longer happy because he didn't experience the outside world.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out, y'all need to go touch grass.
From time to time, yes. Oh my god.
I'm stuck in this robotic body. I can't feel anything.
Yep.
Matter of fact, to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, the grass on your feet, the touch of the one loved on your hands. Oh yes, that man. I
would kill for that. Best character in that show.
That's Mr. Freeze, right?
Yeah, and that's saying something because there were a lot of really good characters in that show.
Which specific Batman show?
Like the 90s animated series.
There
The
may
Timbers.
be some momentary
Discomfort, Batman. You cut out, Andy.
Oh, sorry.
These are good.
Okay, so I can't go that way, so I need to go this way. Noted.
Newly
Go.
noted.
Getting as many missile tanks as possible is important because fighting bosses without a shit ton of missiles is a pain. We'll check that way. Okay, we're going down now. Downtown! Cruising through the alley!
You know, I was gonna make a joke about them being called missiles and how, you know, you don't want them to miss so often, but then I kind of just got tired and I don't want to finish it.
Oh! Yes! I did it! Run! Flee!
Imagine one of those old shows where, like, they have the clown as, like, the main, like, Bozo the Clown or Krusty the Clown. You know, he's sitting there, bouncing around, being happy, going, and then he stops and just starts looking at the ground and they have to cut away. Just has, like, a depressive episode right in the middle of the show.
Phil, run, 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 run.
We're sorry, kids. Smozo the Clown is not feeling well.
Yep.
And if anybody wants to draw Smozo the Clown and send it to whatever form of BPL or whatever as entertainment, please feel free. You know how I imagine Smozo the Clown?
Oh.
He's like your typical clown, and he has the red clown nose, but like his nostrils, they're still painted white, but they're massive, and they're like bulging out from underneath the red nose part.
Yes.
Would his specific show segment be called the Smo Zone?
Yes. Welcome to the Schmo Zone.
Eventually he gets shot on camera because somebody's like, now I'm gonna burn a hole in the Schmo Zone lair.
Ooh! We got a thing! Charge beam acquired.
Mojo, why are you just going through this manic depressive mood? I was supposed to be a marine biologist.
Wait. Is Schmozo the dark future for JoJo?
I wouldn't know.
Schmozo's depressed adventure.
For those who don't know, Jotaro, the JoJo from Part 3, eventually becomes a marine biologist. He likes dolphins. Really? Yeah, canonically, he's a marine biologist.
Neat.
Rabashi, do you think Shnozo would carry around like he'd overdo the hanky gag where he pulls out a bunch of hankies because he's always blowing his nose?
Indeed.
Hey kids, how are you today? Ah, shoot! Ah, sorry, my allergies are bad today, kids. Achoo!
But yeah, if you ever want... I mean, I feel like this is no longer new knowledge, but if you ever want your childhood to feel diminished, watch Super Metroid speedrunners.
Why? So you can get dunked on by someone who's been playing the same game for the last God knows how many years?
31, and yes.
So, I just had an idea.
That's right, folks. Super Metroid's 31 years old.
Someone needs to make, like, I don't know, a Metroid clone or a Mario clone, right? And make it blandish, but put in just a whole avalanche of, like, secret ways to, like, skip, like, levels and such.
There is one skip in this that we will be doing because fuck fighting Kraid, that boss is a pain in the ass.
But, like, the idea is, like, it's done for, like, speedrunners, but there are just so many different ways to speedrun through stuff that it's, like, that's kind of the flavor of the game.
Wait, so Rale, is this a blind playthrough for you, or have you played this
I have
before?
played this before. There is no way I would know this much about where exactly I'm going. Seriously, Storm, have you not been watching?
I'm sorry for assuming that you were competent for once.
You should know better! How dare you assume my Did you just assume my competency?
You could almost assume that Rale is chicken shit.
But Doctor, I am Schmozo the Clown. Imagine Schmozo as Sneezy the Dwarf in clown form. Yep. So lucky that Samus keeps finding copies of her tech on the planets every time she keeps losing it.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, given the advancement of her tech, you kind of need copies of her tech to be on a planet that's capable of taking her stuff away from her.
What if, like, she just uses, like, government issue stuff because, like, she's broke? And, you know, she goes to these places that just so happen to use, like, you know, government issue. Wait, hold on a minute. This is like an alien planet. They wouldn't have... never mind.
Well, I mean, technically it was government issued. It's leftovers of the Chozo military.
Yeah. Just not the government she currently does work for.
That, or she's, like, super capable of, like, just using... She has some, like, weird universal ammunition and interface system in her suit.
Hey there, Wonder Hellblazer. Welcome to WBPL 76, legally defined as entertainment.
There we go.
And I was about to say, join us in our Discord, but it looks like that was the thing you were looking for.
Someone saw text, share the link, doodah,
Doodah, doodah. Wait, who the fuck is Tex? Sorry, old joke from the Ox. Somebody
Yep.
new comes in, asks about Tex, and then we're all like, who the fuck's Tex?
Okay.
By the
Watch
way,
the occasional conniption fit.
you know, I would say it'd be safe to assume that Samus's armor is
Oh my.
technically power armor, right?
Oh yeah, it definitely fits the quality because it increases her strength. It's exceedingly durable. I believe it's also described as being nearly 1,000 pounds.
Is it like biotech, or is it kind of like a fusion of biotech?
It's a fusion.
Sometimes it gives off an organic feel to it. Sometimes.
More so when dealing with the post-fusion stuff or during fusion, but yes, it is in fact both. Ooh, SS-14. Yes. I've been learning a lot more about SS-14 since I started helping edit the SS-14 videos. Those are... No! No! Not the stabby boy!
It knew what I was playing at! It got me! It played me like a fiddle.
Ah, fiddlesticks.
Fucking.
Yeah. I would say, though, it likely is at least some degree of biotech from the start just because it's Chozo technology and... Well, not all Chozo technology is biomechanical, but a lot of it certainly as fuck is.
Yeah. I mean, like, just look at the mother brains and such.
Yeah.
Okay, can't go that way.
Mother brain is basically what happens when you let somebody without an actual, tech certification update your computer.
Wee. Bye, Felicia.
I'm not a fan of using like living brains as a computing system.
It does have its problems.
You can talk to me about efficiency all you want. It's just too gross, and in sci-fi it never goes right. I'm sorry, I think.
Well, and also it kind of fails to acknowledge that we're actually better at things than certain things than computers are, but computers are actually better at certain things than we are.
You all saw that shit in the background, right? The thing that just went into the tunnel?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I mean, I'm not like a hyper Adeptus Mechanicus guy, but, sometimes, the flesh is weak, and it's also spooky.
But part of it is also because this was very much based on a lot of 80s sci-fi, which included a substantial bit of body horror.
Yeah, and Hidden Boss Fusion does do horror a bit better than this one, but I feel this one needed to also go back a lot to the Metroid roots, given how long it had been since the game. Jumping right back into the full horror wouldn't have been as effective.
Yeah.
More like a current rendition, I kind of want a high def current rendition of what the pirates look like, because they always kind of look, to me, they always look like space birds.
Well,
they're more like mantises.
Yeah, wait for... Actually, no, they did the Metroid Prime remaster recently. Just watch that. But you could also just wait for Metroid Prime 4.
I wonder if something's going to happen to that glass tunnel.
Okay, those are all on fire. None of that. And that one requires stealth, so we're going through this door.
Yeah, sadly I don't own a copy of this yet. I need to grab one.
It's a good game. Side note, though, if you all want to play Fusion and you have a Switch and intend to Switch online, it's on the GBA on there.
Yes, that does sound like a good idea.
And hey, Storm, once they do the digital game cards, I will lend you the game card for Dread. Yeah, that's a thing they're doing.
Yes.
Also, it turns out that the news about them making the game cards for the Switch 2 all be just download codes was bullshit. They confirmed that earlier today. The cards will have the full game on them. Though, apparently they have given the option to do just it being a download game code to developers. Like, if they want to, they can. But that seems to be just for something they allow third-party developers to do, so they can be more developer-friendly.
Yes.
We have opened the red doors.
I told
Yes,
you what.
Uploading data.
What are you saying, Indy?
No record of your assailant in the
I was just going to say, like, I told you it was a stupid idea to color code all of our security systems.
warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility the two are connected.
Okay, one
Sorry,
more time.
I'm going to ask you.
My headset started being a piece of crap, so...
You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the enemy after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first enemy. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an enemy is destroyed. There are 6 remaining enemies hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Oh boy, oh boy.
You remember that, like, nigh indestructible robotic force that we sent? Yeah, they're being used against us now.
Yep.
Alright, how are we going to be doing this? We need to get back down here. Yeah, that was one of those lava doors, so that's where we're probably headed. Nito Taquito, let's roll!
So yes, Hidden Boss, it is true if they want, but not true wholesale.
Prepare.
In reference to the previous discussion about third parties and downloads.
Yeah, so what it turns out is that a whole bunch of stuff ended up, that people were saying online after the Switch Direct ended up being a bunch of bullshit. Surprise, surprise. Bunch of people don't like Nintendo and actively were trying to screw them over. Oh shit! No! No, I wanted to go through that door! Ha! Ha ha!
It's also making me want to play Axiom Verge again.
Woo.
Oh.
Alright. This one isn't already unconscious, so we're gonna have to fight this one. Yeah, another big one was the, Oh wait, yeah, I have to do missiles for this. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an interesting concept that is proffered in unfortunately in one of the less good Metroid games that still was kind of interesting in premise if it had only been executed infinitely better. Which was in Metroid, I want to say it was Metroid X? I know I'm getting that wrong. But the idea of, you know, Samus has been fighting this shit nonstop. It's stuff that killed her family. She is probably actually traumatized as hell. Now, like, with time, you know, she develops that kind of warrior thing where she wears it like armor, but...
I mean, that's literally like what she did while she was living with the Chozo, and why they trained her the way they did. Okay, so now we've got a two-phase thing. First we've got to break the armor on it, and then we got to charge and shoot the big shot. Okay, it knows where I am immediately.
Other End, that was the name of it.
They were, I think they're kind of going with something like that in the Dead Space universe because, like, Isaac Clarke, bless his little soul, he's at a point where he's done with it and people keep pulling him into it.
Yeah.
I think at a point, because it's a funny
I win.
thing about it. In like horror games, there's a point where the horror is lost, and like sometimes they just become a nuisance.
Yeah.
That's why in a lot of horror, it's like one of the forbidden rules in horror games is to like arm your survivor.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Or arm them
required.
effectively. So, like, for example, in 7 Days of Skeptic, you do get a gun at some point, but it's not very effective and it's only temporary. But yeah, in general, you don't want the player character to have meaningful means of self-defense. I think part of it also is that, like, it's not like horror requires any more thought process than action, because good action mechanics are also difficult to find, but, or at least require effort, but I think less thought has been put into good horror mechanics.
So I generally don't play horror games, so I'm not the one to speak on this subject. Fox is more the horror expert. She more plays
That's
horror
fair.
movies.
Mhm.
Metroid Dread is about at the limit where I prefer my horror stuff to be, where there's a little bit... Like there's a little bit of sense of oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, but it's not constantly there. Like, you get moments to feel powerful. And that's
Yeah.
the balance of any good writing, is highs and lows. You need that
Yeah.
breathing room.
I mean, Metroid Dread, like to me, when I heard of it and all that, I kind of got an idea of almost a feel of horror. I think the genre in itself, cause like the lightest possible degree of it.
I mean, yeah, the genre, the Metroidvania stuff does tend to lean a little bit towards having that horror, because it does lend itself well to it.
But
Only
the
'cause
horror
it's
also
like-
is large. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say only because it has the like, what the hell's going on, and like, what is this and what is that, and oh my god, it's horrifying. But that's about
Well,
it.
and part of it's because the horror is largely an atmospheric element, not a mechanical element.
Yeah.
Atmospheric horror is definitely the better version, rather than, like, jump scares and such. Real quick, I love these things. They're a boss door. And you can counter them, and if you don't screw up the counter like I just did, but either way, they always give you a bunch of energy and missiles to make sure you're going into a boss room with some supplies.
Yeah.
This
Hidden
boss is awesome.
Hidden Boss says, you also want the player to be able to get away when it gets very close. The window is so small. Yeah, survival indicates effort. Ah, yes, this feller.
This whole fight is just showing how much of a fucking Chad Samus is.
I was evolved to drag my stomach around.
What Dr. Hojo-esque crap is this?
Oh yeah, you missed what I think you missed it when he was finishing his last stream on the emblem.
I saw all the way up to the actual beating. I don't think I saw the, like, conclusion stuff, like the afterwards. I need to still catch up on that.
Someone was mentioning something like, I think the big bad was finally mentioning like the aforementioned reunion. And I was like, reunion? Hold on a minute. Like, takes off mask. Oh, Joe.
Yeah, no, I was there for that part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't able to see. I saw the finale with the villain. I didn't see all the, like, and so went on to do this and that, and so went on to do this and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So and so died an early death.
Oh yeah, that one was very, like, bruh, you killed my boy. Oop.
In a way, as much as it sucks, I do gotta respect a game for actually doing that, because sometimes...
Yeah. I mean, it's hinted that he has something similar to, like, hard arrhythmia.
Yeah.
Also, I love how this worked, where, okay, here's the boss's moveset. Now it's invisible. I hope you were paying attention.
Yep.
Lift. Thread the needle! Nope, I fucked it up. Ow. Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, since Metroid means Ancient Warrior or Great Warrior, or Great Warrior, not Ancient Warrior, it kind of technically means that Samus is Metroid.
I mean, she is also literally a Metroid.
Yeah, now, as well.
Oh, I can just shoot that. Okay, no.
As opposed to the whole, you know... Wow, Zelda's actually a girl?
There we go. Eat shit, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit!
Like, I would say that scene right there is proof that that's power armor.
I just tried to do the fucking dodge attack. Eh, shit. From Kingdom Hearts, because I was playing that this morning. Like the air dodge.
You silly Billy.
Okay, since I know I can... Ow. Okay, turn invisible. Yeah! Ah, crap, I was supposed to attack there. Yep. This right here, just look at this, like, oh, it's struggling. Charge beam.
It'd be funny if you can grab it by the tail and just start like bam bam hurling it around.
Whoosh. Damn right.
Did she just thread the needle?
Yes.
And did a superhero landing. Sort of.
Bait the power charge, bait the monster into KOing itself, thread the needle, and superhero landing.
The other thing I really like about Samus' style is there's no, like, banter, there's no, hero comeback. Like, you don't have that all that, like, I'm the villain and I'm gonna say these things, and I'm the hero, so go fuck yourself.
There is one Metroid game that I know of where she talks and everybody hates it.
Other M.
Other M, yes.
Yeah. Again, interesting premise, but God, was it executed shit.
Yeah. Like, there's lots of stuff from that game that are real interesting, like how the Ridley happens in that game.
Yeah.
Samus is how Stoic should be done. Okay, that's what my invisibility button is. Noted. I forgot to read the tutorial. Right? Don't mind me, I'm dumb. Okay, now we can go through Inviso doors, so... Whee!
But also you get the distinct, like, feeling like she's efficient. Like, obviously she probably takes satisfaction in a job well done, but like, I sometimes don't even get the impression that she's, like, happy with what she just did. She's just like, it's suffering, time to end this.
Yeah. I mean, she's very much all business.
Mm-hmm. In other words, as Andy and I have come to understand, She knows that ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Okay, I'm done.
Go sit in the corner.
Bad Storm.
You were told what would happen if you did that again, young man.
No glue treats for you.
Glue treats? That's Whacker's thing. Oh god, I thought it was so good the other night.
Oh?
He tried to make a fat joke at my expense, and I was like, Whacker, I'm not the one that has a walk-in belly button.
Oh my god, I was swallowing soda. Oh god.
Hey.
I made an error. Save me, T.
Get hooked.
Oh god, don't
dead.
talk to me about getting
Yes.
yucked. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts.
Now, to be fair, Whacker's not actually that fat. Like, he's actually a stocky person to begin with.
Yeah, no.
He is still chubby, but aren't we all?
The meetup, me and him had like a belly bump off, and I think I won, but
Yep.
only because I think mine is technically harder than his. Have you ever like?
Andy, I am
Yeah.
relatively sure you are probably in the best shape out of the four of us.
Oh God!
Like, Storm, maybe, depending on how far along he is on his workouts.
I mean, it's getting there. It also depends on parts of body, because, like, I'm pretty sure you have more upper body strength than I do, Andy, but I feel like I probably have more lower body strength.
Yeah. You also might have better cardio.
I have to.
I definitely have better cardio. Andy and I learned that during our walk through the Alamo area. Not to brag or anything, I'm just saying, like, yeah, no, we learned that one.
Now, mind you, if I were still properly in shape, I'd dunk on all of you, but...
Let's just say 20-year-old Storm Song could kick current Storm Song's ass. Roundly.
Not 20-year-old Rale, but like 27-year-old Rale could rock my shit.
Yeah. So I was in wrestling, boxing, and football shape back then.
I was actively weightlifting at that time. It was great.
Yep. I'm trying to get back to it, but
I need to also.
like, I've been keeping good with the swimming and the walking and hiking, but actually finding time to get into the weight room has been the hard part.
Yeah. I need to do more yoga, too. Do not skip your yoga. Yoga is important. Honestly, being flexible will do more good for you as you get older than having a bunch of muscle mass will.
Doctor Who got that book that Muscle Wizard was talking about.
Yeah.
That, as I think Muscle Wizard put it, great book, stupid title. Which was
I have a picture of
supple like a leopard, I believe.
Becoming a supple leopard, that's it.
Or something like that. And it's basically all about how, like, stretches are basically how you keep your joints from going dumb.
Yeah, no,
It's not perfect, obviously, if you do damage to your legs and stuff, but...
yeah, like, there's certain injuries and stuff you can do to yourself that no amount of stretching is going to fix. But at least when it comes to, like, aging, stretches will make aging a lot less of a problem for you.
Yep.
There's a reason you see some, like, 80-year-olds who could fucking put me through a wall. Nope, can't go that way either. Okay, can we go any way in this way, or was this just a dead end?
My brain just conjured up the image of an 80-year-old wheelchair-bound, but still completely, like, beef-swole,
My legs
Keijin.
might not work, but my arms still do it. I'll kick your ass.
But yeah, Keijin just in a wheelchair, like, chasing down the, whatever person was just trying to give him a shot or something. Like, he ain't putting that needle in me! My applesauce! There's a guy at the gym when I do manage to get in there called Big Frank, and the name is not a joke. And I think he's 60, and he's still, like, he trods the path of the swole regularly.
Indeed. Also, it is never too late to get into taking care of yourself.
Indeed!
Like, yes, you might not be able to reverse all the damage you've done, but you can at least mitigate some of your problems. And while it's not 100% guarantee, they like one of the best examples is there are lots of situations where people's diabetes symptoms have been relieved by working out.
Yeah, mine definitely have. I think I was only ever pre-diabetic according to the doctor, but at the same time, most of the symptoms from that have gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
Most, not all.
Well, yeah, it's like never. It's one of those things. You probably won't ever fully cure yourself in any way, but mitigating the symptoms is a hell of a thing. Making it to where you don't hurt every day is great.
Yeah. And also it helps with nervousness and restlessness and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that too. Beyond just the like working out, like it gives you like a sense of focus and stuff. Like that post-workout high is some shit. But also just being more confident in your body and such. It's like being that guy in the room. Like they don't know I can bench twice my own weight.
Crafty Canuck says, "I'll roll over you, sonny." Referring to the concept of Kijin being in a wheelchair.
Yeah. But yeah, no, two most important ones I would say is do your cardio and do yoga. Like, weightlifting is great, but those two are the ones that will lead most to a long and healthy life.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can't go this way because there's an annoying plant there.
Yeah. For me, the importance of weightlifting almost comes entirely down to regulating emotion.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lift it out.
Yep.
Lift those weights and your spirit.
Yep. But no, I still have another probably 70 pounds to go here, so need to keep on top of it. The meetup and Christmas didn't help.
Yeah. I mean, right now I should be like doing workouts regularly, and I'm neglecting it because all my like stress relief is going towards dealing with that. I am missing something somewhere of how I'm supposed to get through stuff. I can't go through that door. I can't get through there. I can't get through there or there. So it's got to be something in this direction. So I gotta be missing something in Catharsis.
Oh, right. Remember, everyone. Sunday, 9 o'clock EST. Slam holla!
Oh shit, is that this Sunday?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And we will finally get to see the true main event. Helzakar versus Crow.
Oh wait, I don't want to go through that door. That door will burn me. That door has this fire of Zorg inside, and I am not prepared for his loving embrace yet.
That door will singe my fur off.
I will say, someone who at the meetup was, like, shockingly in shape. Like, one of those cases where it's like, they don't look super swole or anything at first, but then you see an example of their actual strength, and you're like, oh, was Eeyore.
Yeah. I will state, with no creepy intent whatsoever, this was entirely found out by accident, but I do know who at the meetup had the best butt.
I mean, there's a lot of contenders for that one.
I know, like, I wasn't, like, meaning to notice, but then it's like, oh god, damn!
Cake.
I am not going to say who, because, no, but...
Crap, now you're gonna make me guess.
They worked on it.
My money's on Parallax. I'm
More
joking.
like a pair of slacks, am I right? We're gonna die.
Oh my god. I will say that was one of the more unusual things of, like, I'm used to maybe being a little bit bigger than most people and otherwise generally average, like kind of in the middle.
There's what I was missing.
But, like, when I went to the mall with Squick, Parallax, and Halzakar, I was the short one, and that was weird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then add OK Mo to that equation, and it just like all goes out the window.
I mean, so I didn't start getting tall until I was in my 20s, so even now I'm still not used to being taller than other people. So it wasn't that big of a difference for me, because I'm used to most of the time people being taller than me. The weird ones were when people were shorter than me. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. It's like... Well, and that's the other thing. I'm used to anyone taller than me typically being skinnier as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Helzakar is a beefy boy.
CPR appears to be powered by I have located the central routing system for the magma. It is here in Cataris. Samus, your current suit cannot protect you as you explore Cataris. The extreme heat of the lava is too much for it. Under no circumstances should you enter high temperature areas. I know the shuttle somewhere above here. Use it to find a path forward. There is one other thing to discuss. It is your new Phantom Cloak ability. The Phantom Cloak prevents the enemy from detecting you. Thus far, your only option was to run. Now, bypassing them is also an option. Use this to reach your objective. Note that using the Phantom Cloak severely decreases your mobility, and direct contact with an enemy will still result in capture. It is up to you whether to hold your position. Just be aware of your surroundings. The Phantom Cloak is useless. Once an enemy sees you, you will need to evade capture until it gives up pursuit. The Phantom Cloak can remain active after your aim has been depleted. It will consume your life energy instead. Consider it a desperate measure. Remember, it cannot drain your energy down to nothing. Judicious use of this technique will improve your probability of survival.
So just the game making sure to point out, hey, you can stay invisible from the murder robots.
Yes. Arteria.
Oh, I wonder what that pink, like, little orb spot is for. Whatever could that be for?
I think it's where we're gonna put, like, a nice little collection of Matryoshka dolls.
Pull the lever, Kronk, or I guess spin the dial.
Wrong dial!
Correct dial in this case, though we're going to go down here real quick and make sure that paths for future reference are opened up. Okay, that should be fine. Oh, I have to go this way anyways. It shut that door. Noted.
You know, who knows what kind of condition my heart it is, because even though I'm regularly, like, walking around and lifting shit, putting shit up and down, I almost never do anything to cause where my heart is actually pitter-pattering, where I hear it go like... doo, 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 doo.
Yeah, you should do cardio, Andy. As someone who previously did have a lot of muscle mass from working in gas stations, it does not provide cardio. Nope, can't hit that.
Even just, like, walking a mile or two every day.
Yeah, not even every day. Like 3 times a week, just get like a solid mile of walking.
I mean, I think I do more than a mile of walking a day.
It's kind of got to be non-stop, like
like a concerted mile.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cardio's
obviously.
weird like that.
Yeah, finding time, of course, is always the bitch, but...
Yeah.
Time, what is time? I wish I knew how to tell you why. Let's do know. Are we machines? That's a song by Blind Guardian. Look them up if you're into, like, super aggressive power metal.
Blind Guardian.
That too. Why is he green? Why is this one green? I don't like it. I hate change.
It's friendly!
Also cutscene showing, yes, you can stealth. It is safe. Also, this one can go through small holes. We are not safe by sliding through a gap anymore.
Were you invisible?
Yes, you used the invisibility in the cutscene.
Oh.
I don't know where I am going, but hopefully that helps.
Robbing Gristle is pretty good too. They are an experimental industrial band. Interesting.
I've mostly been, like, listening kind of obsessively to the Oh Hellos lately.
I must now inquire of this throbbing Gristle.
I've been listening to
Indie
two
folk.
songs. One is like it's kind of an homage to 70s soul. It's called "Smoking Out the Window" by what was it called?
Real
Silver
quick,
Sonic, I think.
I'll be right back. I have to pee really bad. I'll be right back.
And another one I think is called "Chest Pains." And the reason I know that was because it's from a Repo skit where this guy in a yellow Repo robot's like singing "I love, I love, I love," and it sounds pretty cool. Shit.
Yes.
This tricks got me paying for trips, paying for rent, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and it.
Hello, Thunderclap Sasquatch. Yes, we are playing Metroid, but Rale is going potty like a big boy.
I return.
Indeed.
And Thunderclap Sasquatch is in chat saying that the Metroid's the only IP that could ever convince him to buy a Nintendo console again. Are you gonna buy a Switch 2 to be able to play Prime 4 in 4K? Okay, make sure I know where I'm going. Yeet. Rude. Cease.
Oh my god, that is so stupid.
What? Nope, not that way. What's up?
Just advertisement for, jewelry, and jewelry is jewelry, but it's like, talk about adding stuff like this kind of little, like, fidget spin sort of thing on the necklace. Like, it's not a fidget spinner, but you can spin it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, cool, but why the fuck is it a gold and diamond necklace with a fucking fidget spinner?
Because we have to sell gold to the modern audience.
You go that way, leave me be, begone, thought. Go away.
Could be into what it was, but then what it was changed, and it became new and scary, and it'll happen to you.
I don't remember the rest of that quote.
Now wait, man, I'm gonna be rocking forever.
I mean, I still think I'm cool.
Speaking of, funny picture of Sonic and Shadow, having to stop and watch Silver sucking air because he's not used to actually walking.
It's no
Or maybe
use.
I should say not running.
You know, people complain about why would they make a Sonic kart racer, and I would always say it's like so everybody else has a chance.
Also, Sonic just strikes me as the kind of person who would enjoy racing karts, just for the shits and giggles. It's like why does fucking Tom Bombadil like racing karts?
Yep.
Okay, don't want to go that way because it's a one-way door. Neat, neat. Do this one. Neat.
As in, it's a door you can only open once. And once you go through, you may never go back.
Remember, kids, in Skyrim, if you play a Dunmer, you're more likely to survive having a flame Atronach girlfriend. So those blocks that you can shoot, they're in other Metroid games, but for some reason the way they're animated there just makes me think of the ones from Kirby games.
Ha!
Dun, 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 dun.
I must reiterate again how fucking hyped I am for Kirby Air Riders.
Indeed.
Crap that room. We need to go down one.
Crafty Canuck says just chug all the fire resistance potions like a real Nord.
You saw nothing, you can eat shit, nerd. Okay. That area is also on fire, so not there. Whee! No, bad touch. No! Fuck. Shits. Yay, we made it to another save point.
Good fucking deed.
Uploading data.
Oh god. The talk from Skyrim just reminded me. I saw a post on Reddit yesterday that was a ring that gives you like 10,000% magic resistance, and it's called Magic Doesn't Exist.
Its ability to configure itself. You are not capable of destroying their armor plating. This would be true even at your full capabilities. You are faced with overwhelming power. Accept your helplessness. Study each enemy carefully, and use the Phantom Cloak to advance. There are risks even here. The Phantom Cloak reduces your mobility and consumes more AN when you move or shoot. It is still your best chance at survival. Do not hesitate to destroy an enemy. Whenever you discover more, you need energy. This was not one of your original priorities. However, I see no other way to accomplish your goal. These existential threats cannot be sanctioned.
That's the other thing about fucking Nintendo games, is the goddamn music every time. Okay, well, we're not going that way. Death approaches.
Gotta skedaddle.
I know it's gonna be around here somewhere.
We're back in the user restroom.
Yep. You saw fucking nothing. Ninja! Ha! Victory is mine.
You know, out of all the like the towers, I would say that like Samus has some form of like hammer space technology going on.
I mean,
Otherwise,
not really. Most of her,
Sorry, go ahead.
most of the stuff she gets is like enhancements to the suit she's already got.
Well, what I mean is like how she's able to store stuff and turn into a ball. Hammer space is
Yeah,
it's that little secret pocket dimension that tunes and such.
I know what you're talking about by hammer space. There's a little bit where it's like, wait, how? Like, especially with the morph ball. But most of it's at least fairly realistic, and that is like the gun is weird like that. Most of it's just abilities she gets. That's actually probably the big difference between her and a lot of other RPGs, is that most of her new stuff is from picking up new abilities rather than getting specifically new items to use. Like with Link, he definitely has hammer space. There's no other way. Whoop. Okay, we're about to get the tri-beam then.
Because I remember they were explaining that's how like Transformers can transform. They have some sort of like hyperdimensional hammer space crap going on for them.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
Some of their parts go into like a different dimension. Like Optimus is cargo, like his little that cargo container of his like goes into a different dimension. That's how it's able to just show up.
I thought his cargo container was like a whole other optional part for him.
Yeah, it usually is. It just shows up when like he needs something like to pull out his. I think there's like a big giant cannon in there.
Usually parts for him to transform into his super mode. Or whatever it is. I don't know, I'm not...
What series it is. There's some alternate timelines to Transformers.
Yeah, I started watching Transformers with Armada, so...
They're making like timelines where like it's the Autobots that are evil and the Decepticons that are good.
I mean, for certain values, but... Nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope, 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 nope.
I think in most cases, it's better when Optimus is the good guy, because when Optimus goes evil, he's like worse than Megatron. Because like,
I mean, yeah. Megatron is definitely evil, but usually is portrayed as having some, like, there's a reason he's the way he is.
I mean, I guess again it depends. Like, when I grew up, he was just power hungry and like they started adding the whole like the current ruling system in Cybertron was like corrupt.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been, like, a concept for Transformers for a long time.
Well, in G1, it was like, I think the rulers were the Quintessons. They created the Autobots and the Decepticons. The Autobots were like appliances and such, and Decepticons were like war stuff, like, you know. And then they gained consciousness and rebelled. And I think they might have forgotten about it, and eventually, like, Cybertron started falling apart.
No, I'm pretty sure...
I'm just talking about G1.
Thunderclap in chat. G1 Megatron is a few life events away from being a genuine freedom fighter, and Optimus is just as close to having been a jackbooted monster. Yeah.
Well, Optimus was a librarian,
Yeah.
and some of the primes saw how much of a good boy he was and gave him, like, prime powers.
Yeah. I think Megatron was originally a gladiator.
It depends on the canon, because I think they changed it a few times.
Yeah, in G1 they had it where, like, the Constructicons created him to lead the Decepticons, which... you gotta understand, G1, there's like a lot of canonical errors going on, because, to be honest, the whole series was made just to sell toys. I don't think they were thinking about canon.
Yeah. I've heard good things about the new movie, though.
Oh yeah, the new movie is pretty good. Like, it makes it look like Megatron just goes into madness. Like, he just literally just goes batshit insane because, like, just things aren't working out for... Things aren't like he expected them to be, and he's just, like, really mad at, like, this one prime.
Yeah, who was a dick.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, when you let revenge and such like that consume you to the point where you actively become a murderous tyrant, then, you know.
Yeah.
There's always something to be said for there's a difference between being nice and being kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. Sit down. Stop that.
Stop it!
Oh, now I'm sad we don't have Backer
It's
here.
cannibalism.
Then again, I don't think I'm doing poorly enough for Whacker to have shit to say, other than my constant missing shots. Yeah. And that. I love how I open my mouth and immediately start screwing up. I heard it do. Is that the sound of someone leaving?
Yeah, it takes Storm Song had to step away for a bit.
No knows. Well, he's back now.
Blue trap.
Uh-oh. God damn it. Glue snacks, the tasty treat that horses love. It tastes like family.
of course. But have you ever heard of a talking horse called Easy?
Storm, whatever your reaction to that was, it got cut out by Discord.
Yeah, no, so I made...
And you cut out again. Oh no! Is it me this time? Am I the problem? Discord says I'm not the problem.
My Discord's being fucky.
Lovely. Just in time, right? Oh. Keep on having to alternate to make sure. There we go. That should fix it. Now I can see both. Yes. I know. And these are okay. Those are dash. Bad little laser robot. Here then? Here. There it is. Yeah. Just Storm says in chat, Discord is being screwy. He'll be back.
No.
He'll be back.
Discord.
God dang it, and now I've got that stupid My Little Pony Discord song stuck in my head. Of course when Storm's not here because he'd be the one other person who knows it.
Freak.
Wee. Then I remembered that this game does not have an experience system, so there's no point in fighting everything along my path. I'm like, oh wait, I don't need to murder all of you.
You just can't help but want to burn the world.
Especially not when I'm already at full health and ammo. Like, no point in fighting then. Boing.
How would Samus Aran do in the Warhammer 40k universe? These are the theories.
I hate how good you are at that voice, Andy.
I've been told I'm good at a great many voices.
You are good at a great many voices.
I need to set up that Fiverr account like Techie said. Because, you know, I'm probably going to need all the money I can get my hands on now that, yeah.
You are good at a lot of voices. It's not your best trait, but it is among them.
I'm almost scared to ask what my best trait is.
Your friendliness,
Notice the silence.
at the very least.
Notice the silence!
No, I had to think about it, because, like... Yeah, it would be friendliness. Like, the voices would be the easy answer, is what I'm saying. But not the legitimate. You're a better person than you think you are, Andy. Fuck off. Oh boy, it's tri-beam time. Or wide beam.
There's this comic I watch, like this little comic, and it's like this guy rushes in, he says, guys, we got powers based on our personalities. He's like, you know, I'm the adventurous one, so my power is lightning, and like everybody's going through theirs. Like, I'm the leader, so my power is fire. So it's like, I'm the I'm the nice one, so my power is love. And then they go and they say, so you're the kind one. And we guess your power is, and they look, and he's like surrounded by dark shadows.
Crawling in my skin. Who hugs the hugger? Meep. Okay, those do go off more than once, damn. We're after a very specific piece of gear. Also, this is a different one from the other one. I don't know what this one's ability is, but it's probably going to be bad for me. Oh god, it can dash! No, 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 I don't want to die like this, my god.
Okay, so am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, can't go that way at all.
So get this, action platform supervillain hiring service, and the guy's looking at the paper, and he says, so on your paperwork it says that your superpower is you can dash, and it turns around and it's like a chef character. And he's like, yeah! This is what you were exactly looking for.
Fucking chat. They run now, they run now! Yes! They sprint vigorously. Guess how I get the dash ability?
Oh boy!
Bastard.
Okay. Yeah, so I figured that was wrong. My audio software is basically given full permissions on the computer because it kind of has to be for the way I run my studio down here. And it decided to update, and Discord was like, what's a sound driver?
Sound drivers. I remember back in the day, like to update a computer game, it just like it had to have specific like drivers and stuff it's used to. I was trying to play Tomb Raider, and it wasn't because the computer didn't have like a dedicated sound card or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, now that Storm can properly respond, Glue Snacks, the snack that horses love. It tastes like family.
Yes. Go, Samus, go, go! Hey! Samus, be good! Dun, 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 dun.
I still love the theory that the reason why, like, I'm off in the head is because I'm the only one who's seen fucking Grease 2. Like, that's my fucking, what is it? Oh, hello, asshole!
Your headcanon for this group of people. You exploded.
Continue. I almost accidentally quit.
So mean.
At least the game is nice enough to just knock you back to the last door you were at.
In fucking deed.
It's like old school sci-fi sound. Little bits and bobs and knobs and buttons.
Yep. It's because a lot of the early sci-fi music writers for like film were people who messed around with things like modular synthesizers, which are a terrifying level of audio sorcery that...
Nope.
For my amusement, we're gonna name that particular Emmy Goomba.
I stomped on the Goomba.
In Roviet Sasha, Goomba stomp on you.
Where you at, you sassy bitch? Come on up. I know you detected me. I know you're coming. Okay. Got a little extra time to work with since it didn't detect me and shouldn't be following me in here. Of course it's still there. Yeah. Break. Go. Okay. There we go. Success!
Hey, bro, you put the suck in success.
I am aware of this, Andy, but you don't need to point it out.
Actually, I was about to say that looks like a Zelda enemy, like the cloud with the eyes.
Yeah. In this case, though, it's a brain. They're based off the mother brain.
Yes.
That little bit to remind you, this is how you use this weapon, don't forget. Okay, we don't want to do that here. Please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Oh my god! By the hairs on my toes.
By the 9, you're safe.
Morph ball acquired! Yay! Alright, now we can travel through this whole area. We. Ballin'.
Aw, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't have the bomb yet. At least I don't think. Okay, yeah, I don't have the bomb yet. So let's try this way.
Is he really? Spawn spot behind him.
Remember the Mario Brothers movie from the 1990s?
Ah, yes, the good one.
Storm, you
Everybody
shut
look-
your
Storm,
whore
Storm.
mouth. The
Everybody
new
looks at
Mario
Storm,
Brothers
Storm
movie
starts
is
pulling out
good.
knives.
The new Mario Brothers movie wasn't bad. Anyways, what were you saying, Andy?
It wasn't bad for its own thing, like it was kind of interesting. When you said bomb. It just reminded me of when the guy playing King Koopa said "ba-bomb" when he pulled one out. He's like "ba-bomb." Everybody was freaking out because he had a ba-bomb.
Yes.
Something bomb them?
Bomb harder.
So, like, canonically, ba-bombs, they come back after they explode, right? Like, in some weird cartoon logic way, right?
I think it depends on the Mario game, but Paper Mario at least implies, yes, they survived the explosion, though it can stun them.
Yeah.
Bacon Rat, this game
said
is
this
neat.
game- Yeah, he said this game is neat. I thought he said the game is neat. I thought he meant, like... I thought they made a game based off of the 1990s Mario game.
Yep.
Which is kind of weird.
Sits at the
when
door
they
and
make-
starts yowling. What?
It's kind of weird when they make a game based off the movie that's based off the game.
Well, the creative process is incestuous.
That is
No,
not a
say
sentence
that
I was
again.
prepared to hear today, Storm.
Yeah. Storm. You know what, Storm? If you were made out of glue, it'd be toxic.
Potentially.
Storm is one of those cats that like grab a cat by the tail and like throw it around.
What are you doing, Step Project? Says Crafty Canuck.
Step Project.
Because I made a comment about creative work being incestuous.
No.
Or the creative process being
Yeah,
incestuous.
oh god.
So, to clarify what I actually mean by that, I'm just going to use an example, and this isn't always the case. Obviously, there's plenty of original ideas out there. But, like, when thrash metal first became a thing, it was heavily inspired by a mixture of speed metal and new wave heavy metal, which would have included bands like Judas Priest. And Judas Priest is often cited as sort of the... not the proto-thrash metal band, but a lot of thrash metal bands will look back on them as sort of the big inspiration for them. As time would go on and thrash would get more intense, you would then see Judas Priest trying to get more thrashy in their music to keep up. Which means the thing they inspired was now something they were having to keep up with and basically be inspired by.
Balls, 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 everything's on fire. And
So
it
that's
wasn't
what I
my
mean when
fault
I-
this time.
That's a rarity.
No,
Be
don't,
happy for this one.
don't close on me. Fuck, 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 fuck. Shit, 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 shit. Shit, shit, shit. Fuck you, bitch, I lived!
Yeah.
Ooh, what's this? Bomb? Oh, no.
I have the power!
We shiny.
Ah, the Varia suit.
Yeah.
Now you can go into Fireland.
Indeed, we are now fireproof.
Fire, fly, bang, bang.
It notably does not protect from lava.
Also, good
That's
band,
not lava.
Rammstein.
That's not fire. That's lava.
Now, in the original game, it did protect from lava, but it didn't protect from acid. Or that might have been reversed. But there were two different forms, and one of them it did protect from, but the other did not. Which I always thought was interesting, if slightly silly.
Yeah, we are protected from extreme heat, so we can go a whole bunch of places we couldn't before.
I ran a campaign in my setting, my Thronebreaker setting, very early on in designing it that was essentially an attempt at a Metroid campaign. It falls apart a little bit in that Metroid is kind of by premise supposed to be super fucking lonely and kind of an oppressive atmosphere.
Yeah.
And, you know, the lone survival thing, so having a party to begin with already, you know, messes with that dynamic, but it was kind of fun and interesting. So it might have been better to say it was more almost like a, you know, an Aliens campaign in the sense of they were like colonial marines. At least that would have kind of be the closest thing I could compare it to.
Yeah. Also, I've been meaning to ask and kept forgetting. Zumbridge, what is SFTMTG?
Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Ah.
Yes, that existed. And actually, I just watched the new Mario movie the other day, and I thought it was pretty good. I felt gypped only by one thing, but beyond that, I would say, like, I found the movie actually quite enjoyable.
It's a very fun movie.
My only gripe is my favorite character wasn't in it.
Which one? I mean, the very end, and teased for the second movie, so...
Granted.
No. How do I know I'm not supposed to go that way yet?
Very carefully.
Okay, I know we're getting close to the point where I'm gonna be able to do this skip. But I'm pretty sure I've got to have the bomb first. Because I'm not looking this up, I'm doing this skip off memory because it's the one skip I know of. Don't you call me cringe. The Kraid boss fight is a pain in the ass. Oh, hey, look. Mine, I'm pretty sure this is where it is. Maybe not.
I sent you a silly, Andy.
No, that's not where the skip is. Oh, I can't go back that way. Burp, burp.
Oh yeah, so while I was on the airplane the other day, I finally finished the first book in Heir to the Empire.
The Star Wars stuff, right?
Yeah, which left on a really interesting cliffhanger, so I'm excited to start on the next one.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're excited. Ah, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. You bitch. None of that. Oh, rude!
Lol.
And Rale died to lava.
It's the foundry.
There's a good chance, yes. There I go.
This is Rale's first non-Emmy related death.
Yep. The first of many.
In reference to UNC Samurai. So I won't say spoilers in case anyone hasn't read it, because it's a bit of an older book, but I would say it's definitely worth the read. I absolutely do love it, and how it played out. It had it was able to play with tension very correctly, and played with its elements correctly. I also like that usually when you have a book based on a movie series or something like that, a lot of times the characters don't feel the same as they're presented in the movie or something. Whereas this one, the characters actually kind of acted and talked and thought how they did in the movies. So Han Solo felt like Han Solo, Luke felt like Luke. Like, Luke felt a little more mature, but it's 5 years later, so of course he is.
I'd hope so.
So Han Solo felt little Han Solo?
Yeah, like he felt like...
Was he scruffy and like a Nerf herder?
Yeah, basically. Of course, Leia's pregnant in it, so... you do have slight differences, like, obvious, 5 years have passed, there are going to be changes to some of the characters type stuff. I will say also, they had the right kind of humor next, like, in the Star Wars prequels, one of the problems is that the droid humor got a little overdone. Whereas, in the original trilogy, like, yes, C-3PO and R2-D2 were kind of funny, and C-3PO was even the butt of a joke or two.
More than a joke or two.
Well, but compared to the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, he's the butt of, like, a joke per movie, maybe. And is otherwise just very, what's the word? Uptight, and that's sort of why we laugh at him. Whereas then, like, Episode 2, the jokes are just, like, cartoonish and almost Bugs Bunny-ish and non-stop. But there's a part where they don't have Leia with them, but they need to be able to convince a rather suspicious member of the New Republic that Leia's with them. So they hack C-3PO and make him talk like Princess Leia, and he's angry the entire time because he's like, this is horribly inappropriate. But everything he's saying is in Leia's voice.
Whoa, where's lightning?
Also, they managed to thread a very rare needle, which is, how do you write the villain is clearly smarter than you kind of villain without just making him essentially either plot-aware or a Mary Sue.
Okay, so I just can't go that way now. Stop that.
But the, God, what are the things called? The Ilisamari were an interesting addition. It's definitely one of those things that could be overdone if it's not handled correctly.
That's all love, so we're not going that way.
But at the same time, I thought it was employed well, at least in the first book. Okay, explain Ice Cream Cone of Doom, Samurai, like... Oh, you know what? Okay, that's what we're talking about. Which book series is that from? I mean, it's obviously expanded universe, but... Oh, I look it up on Google here, and the first thing I see is Star Wars' dumbest super weapon. I think it got outdone later, but then again, that's always going to be the risk when you have 842 entries in anything.
Okay, don't think I can go that way right now. That requires super bomb, so not going this way. This way. We're doing a lot of cleanup right now, getting stuff just in case I don't remember and accidentally come across the Kraid fight, so that at the very least I'll be prepared for its bullshit.
It was written by Kevin J. Anderson, and by typing his name, I made Halzakar's eye twitch. I'm guessing Halzakar had a rant about that at some point.
Sounds like it. I don't know. I don't have the best opinion of the Star Wars EU. I've talked about this before. You all know what I'm about.
Okay, so he wrote the Jedi Academy trilogy. Let's see.
Oui, mon ami. Eh. Alright, this way. It's a lot easier to navigate when I'm not being chased by a death robot, isn't it?
Death robot.
Deathbots in disguise.
Okay. I think we should make our way back to Arteria first. That path should be pretty simple. Wee! Here real quick. Boom.
Alright, unfortunately I do have to get going early because I have my student in about 45 minutes. So, I will wish you all adieu.
You have a beautiful
Thank
time,
you for
Storm.
being with us, chat. enjoying the rest of this very fine quality stream with this lovely man. And remember, I love you all. And turkey bacon's the best bacon.
He's so
I told him
incorrect,
to
so
make
confidently.
that joke again. He knows what's going to happen.
Now he shall be the glue snack. After all, you are what you eat.
Is that why you're such an asshole?
Yes. Turkey glue is the best glue.
Ugh. Turkey glue is the kind of glue you definitely don't want to gobble, gobble, gobble.
Well, I mean, we did the test at the meetup, and the turkey bacon was subpar.
I like turkey bacon because I tried it as a protein source.
Mm-hmm.
And like with bacon, it's like you just see sometimes with bacon you just get a lot of fat, like pure fat. But with bacon, it's like I think it's ground up and pressed down. But we also always have to remember that everybody has different tastes. Some people can eat one thing and like it. People can eat another thing and not like it. You know.
Indeed.
I'm not a big fish eater. I just can't stand the taste of fish. And I live in a place where half the population likes to eat like fish sandwiches from McDonald's and crap.
I
wish
have
I
been
did.
starting to eat more fish, but I have to be
I
very...
hope you did. Fish is a good source of protein. I wish I liked pink salmon, canned pink salmon. Blech.
Fish is one of the best sources of protein. That's the problem.
I had this like 70-something-year-old man in the store today, and he said his doctor says that he has to eat like 1 pound of pink salmon a day for his, to keep his muscles, I was sitting there like, I don't think I can eat that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. That sounds suspiciously specific for doctor's orders. Then again, maybe he's just like super bad about consuming the correct amount of protein. Yeah, the only thing that I know of that even competes with fish for protein efficiency. Oh, I'm gonna die now. There we go. Back. How far back did that put me? Oh, okay, that's not too bad. Thought that acted as a save point.
I mean, Silicon Soul, could you eat like canned salmon every night?
Ugh. By the way, quick note, you should only eat about 1 can of canned tuna per week because of the mercury content. So, noted for other people who didn't already know that. Be careful on your tuna intake.
Only 1 can a week?
Yeah, or so. Don't can salmon, this is heresy. You can can any fish. That's why we had canneries. You gotta have that can-do attitude.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they canned whale meat. Kind of wonder how that tastes like. Like, ethically, I wouldn't want to eat, whale meat, but the curiosity is still there.
Yeah, if you wanted to do like homesteading prepping for an apocalypse proper, you would need to do one, you need to figure out how to do your own canning stuff. And two, you need to set up some kind of fish farm. Yeah, we learned from last time. Save the game. I have no tips for alcohol poisoning because I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, of all the BPL members to ask that question, you found the one wrong answer.
The best way to deal with alcohol poisoning is not to drink the shit.
Especially not to excess. Like, I don't have a problem with other people drinking. This has been shown by the fact that I was perfectly chill at the meetup. But I will not drink myself. For a number of reasons.
Wouldn't drink you either.
I mean, yeah, obviously that too. Cannibalism leads to prions, and that is a bad time. Like, the definition of a bad time.
You'd be full of prions without it even having to be anything to do with being human flesh. You just... I bet if we poured Coke all over you, a bunch of worms start wiggling out.
No, no, thank you. How dare. It says there's a treasure somewhere in this area. Oh, you know what? Really? Huh. Not gonna worry about it right now. Yep. Rude. Okay, pay attention. Yep, yep. Don't care about anything that way. Wee!
A horse is a horse, of course, but have you ever heard of a talking horse? La-dee-da-da, la-dee-dee-dee, I am Mr. Ed.
I never got to watch Mr. Ed.
Saw a little bit of it. Like, most of it was like staying up at night, being a night owl.
Yeah. Open that path back up again. Apparently Thunderclap Sasquatch likes to toss a shot of flavored vodka into citrus sodas sometimes.
I'm sure stuff like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why I don't really do alcohol and stuff is because I have a very broken sense of taste. And one of the breaks is that I pick up the taste of alcohol in just about anything that it's in. Like, you have to do an the only thing I've ever had where I couldn't taste the alcohol in immediately was peppermint Everclear, which I'm not going to live my life drinking peppermint Everclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright, it's alright. Oh, oh. He moves in mysterious ways. Oh. know, I like that color combination of that kind of gold yellow to white.
Yeah. It's a good color combo. Yeah, peppermint will, in fact, drown out a lot of smells and tastes. That's why it's one of the things that, like, going back to homesteading, because I actually have a lot of knowledge about that, definitely grow your own mint. Be careful about where you grow it, though, because it will take over anything it gives the chance to. Okay, that's why I didn't do anything there. Oh, but I can go into that spicy room. Let's see what's in there. Nope, can't do anything with it? Nope. Okay, and yeah, I can't go through that yet. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, other things to grow if you decide you want to homestead. Plant a willow tree. Willow bark is a natural source of aspirin. It's extremely useful to have around. Though I did just rediscover something in my not my fridge, in one of my cabinets the other day. So whenever we first moved here, like 4+ years, actually more than 4 years ago, Fox planted some mint, and she accidentally made a custom variant of mint. So it's a mint plant that was two mint plants bred in such a way that she's not able to find another source of it. And unfortunately, with landlords redoing the front garden, they tore out all the mint. So she no longer had that type of mint. Just no longer exists anymore. It lived a very short existence before it immediately went extinct due to the landlord. And so she put some of it in vodka, and it's been there for 4 years now. And it's like a chocolate mint of some kind. I don't know the exact details. That's a thing you'd have to ask Fox. But it has been canned and in vodka, so it is the most infused vodka of all time. Probably not of all time, but you get what I'm pushing at, right?
Yeah.
Picking up what I'm laying down. That's it? Okay, that's all there. Wee. More missiles! Yay! Blasted. Can't get through that yet. That probably, well, maybe through that area or there. It'll be a little bit tedious to get to, but we'll try for it. Well, I'm pretty sure I could have enough health to make it through the frost area. Yeah, let's try it. Whee! Oh, I made it through just fine. Nice. And an energy tank, well, part of an energy tank for my trouble. Yep. That's another one. That one seems like it's a bit bigger of an area. Let's poke at it and see what we see. Check. Still cold. Okay, not going the rest of the way there. Yeah, that's all frigid, so I can't do that yet. through this as quick as we can. And through. And out. Die. Recover health here. I'll be honest, Bacon Wrath, I don't get much enjoyment out of watching other people be cripplingly drunk, mostly because I tend to be the designated driver, so I'm the one who has to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
That way, okay. Save game. Everywhere we go. I believe Bionic Babe is after us now. Andy, can you check the schedule real quick?
Let's pretend I didn't know how to do that.
I will check the schedule later on then. I mean, the Twitch schedule, I don't remember how to navigate to the Twitch schedule. My brain is verb. I know it's an option on the base channel.
Very horrible photos, you know? Look at how much of the map you filled out.
Indeed. So this is just one area.
You know, that is one of the more satisfying achievements. I mean, I know some people complain about achievements, but one of the ones that are actually pretty cool to have are like, you filled out the map.
Yeah. I like achievements to a point. They just gotta be done well. Okay, that requires grapple. Okay, we can't go that way yet. We'll double check at the top of this, but I'm pretty sure we won't be able to get out the other way, or into that section the other way yet either.
Is there anything that you like not done well, other than steaks? This is where he admits he likes his steaks well done.
No, medium rare at the most.
Yeah, medium rare meat. But I don't like them rare.
Yeah, no, mostly because bloody steak, something about just like the bloody raw steaks, actually, like, the blood ends up making my stomach queasy and it's a problem.
It makes your gut think, like, something has to be wrong with this. It's cold.
Yeah. But yeah, I generally like my steak just to the point where it's not bloody anymore. Eh? Can't go that way. Neat. This way it is then. Boop. Eggs. Except we can't go that way either. Ah, soup. I understand the dislike for not for the you completed chapter 3 sort of achievements. That's pretty valid. Like, it is a useful tool for seeing how far you've gotten in a game. Like it's like a checkpoint thing. So you say you're comparing stuff with your friend, you can tell how far your friend has gotten in the game so you don't accidentally spoil them of something. Because you can be like, oh, you've gotten this achievement, which means you know everything up to here. Yeah, we're gonna head back to the previous area and do some work over there. See you, fuckery. It might help if I remember to shoot the door open. Yeah, systems requiring achievements should not be a requirement. They should be an accessory to the game.
I mean, some people like that stuff. Some people are like achievement hunters.
The only game I can think of that I've platinumed recently was Sea of Stars, and that was pre-multiplayer update.
That sounds like one of those like Tales games or Symphonia games or something like that.
I'd actually say it's probably closest to Chrono Trigger. Okay, we're gonna go explore in this general area and try not to trigger the Kraid fight, because I'm pretty sure he's over there too. Yeah. Or maybe I need to go back to the other area. We'll figure it out. Bitch. Wow, and I just immediately miss every shot. Don't mind me, I'm good at games.
I used to be good.
We can just go through this. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, we don't want this way. We want up.
This way.
Yep, yep, yep. Nope, nope. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Up and around. Cling. Running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Yes. Okay, I know he's through this. Well, maybe. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see a boss door before I run into him, aren't I? Thank you, boss doors, for relieving my anxiety of accidentally fighting the boss. Okay, that's where he's at. That's where I don't want to be. Shit. Oh, gonna have to kill myself. It's time for a nice bath. I am not going to fight the missile lizard yet. Not until I have a piece of gear I need in order to dunk on his bullshit.
Missile lizard.
Okay, at least now we know, and knowing's half the battle. The other half is collecting the proper weapon to shoot him in his dumb face. Okay, that being the case, I think what I need to do is head to the other area up there. So we need to go uppies. Okay.
Uppies.
Uppies engaged. Okay.
Up, Mama! I want up!
Oh wait, yeah, I can't go this way. Yeah. Whoop. All right, all aboard. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Also, you'd think it's some... I wonder if Samus's suit has something that makes it to where she can stand for hours with no problem.
Maybe. I mean,
Engage
imagine if
stand
you're like,
mode.
imagine if you're like sitting inside of a suit and it's standing for you. Imagine like your muscles and all that starting to relax and like sink into it and all that.
Yeah.
Probably be uncomfortable.
It depends on the type of suit and how it's set up. I think it
Like,
could be real
imagine
comfortable.
wearing a suit of power armor and a threat is muscle dystrophy because you're relying on it so much more than your own strength.
Valid concern. Write about it.
What?
Write about it. Write a story about it, Andy. You had a good idea. Put it into
I don't know, maybe
practice.
about like some Marines that like, you know, like colonial Marines, and that would be like a focal point of a story. That'd be like a short story at best, and it'd be like, you know, I have to take a week off of power armor duty because of, you know, worry of muscle lethargy.
Yeah. Your muscles, they have betrayed you. Okay, so that one at least I gotta go through. Another teleporter. Okay. See your bullshit? We're gonna have to go through the enemy zone again. Lovely. Checking, yep. Nope. No, it saw me. Oh my god, I got it. Okay, it's not there. Where the heffle is this? No, this is an exit only from that. Right. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. So, we are going to come back to this. Maybe that direction? Maybe. Another day. Oh, look, there's a save room right here. Convenient.
Another day, another Metroid.
I will, at the very least, do this by memory. Like, I know what the area looks like, I just need to figure out where it is. If I can figure out where it is, I can pull it off, because I've done this before. I just have to figure out where it is. So otherwise, Andy, do you have anything to say before we go?
Just be kind to each other and treat each other as if you would yourself.
I mean, I don't know, Andy. I don't like myself that much most of the time.
I mean, was I asking?
Alright, everybody, be safe and have a beautiful time. Bye!